And that's what scares me about Kaizer Chiefs. What scares me about Kaizer Chiefs is that you change coaches because you've identified a problem and you change coaches to fix the problem. But now we've seen the same problem under Uzwane, coming to the same problem under Unseki, and now we're experiencing the same problem under Kevin Johnson. Before we get into the tactics of it, I think what really worries me about the Kaizer Chiefs is that there is no sense of urgency, there is no sense of responsibility within the players, within the coach, within the ownership group, within anybody. And you see it play out in different ways. You know, when you come and play or coach a team like Kaizer Chiefs, with the history of Kaizer Chiefs, there's moments, and I mentioned this yesterday, that there's moments where we learn exactly who you are. You see it from the players playing in an 80,000 capacity F&B stadium. Are you going to shrivel and shrink, or are you going to play? Are you going to come out and show us that you crave this challenge, you want to play, you want to win? You look at the coaching staff. Kevin Johnson is coming in as a new coach. It's his third game. But then, you shrivel and change and you start doing things. You know, the problem with Kaizer Chiefs is that we go back into default settings whenever things get a little tough. Kevin Johnson came into this game against Orlando Pirates knowing that it was going to be a little tough. And you know what he did? He reverted back to things that we had seen. We've seen these things, frankly, from different coaches at the club. We've seen Kwinika at right back. We've seen him. Kwinika coming in, and because the defensive stability is more important, right? So we've seen them. We've seen him come in and play. We've seen a midfield that is only there to do work. It's a midfield that is only there to go and assist on the sides. We've seen it. We've seen very creative players get played out of position. You heard him in his press conference saying, no, Ungobo was played as a half 10. Well, we've seen that before. Shabalala was found on the left-hand side. Dolly was found on the right-hand side. Many a game. And don't take. We've seen it. We've seen them reverting to trying to play up the wing, going to the defenders. We've seen it. We've seen a midfield that had three players that looked similar. We've changed it every now and then. We've put in Umtetwa now, but it was the same complaints we had when it was Tebe, Mart, and Castillo. I believe before Castillo came, it was Tebe, Mart, and somebody else. It could have been Upachetsunang, whoever. We've seen this thing. So at what point does Kaizer Chiefs change what they're doing fundamentally? At what point? At what point do we see something different? At this point, I'm not even asking for right. I'm asking for different. We know the same culprits who do the same things. Mart is always going to be Mart. Umtetwa, we've made him a center back. Aboranga having to run back and go and collect balls when we know that's not what they're strong at. How many times are we going to see the same thing? And I mean it when I say over the past few months, play any of the conversations we've had here and any of the comments I've made about Kaizer Chiefs back, and you'll see the same thing. So what's the point of having a new coach? This was his moment. The players, this is your moment. At what point are we going to see urgency from the Kaizer Chiefs? Pirates scored at the 20th minute, 20 minutes into the game. And we had one shot on target from 20 minutes to 90 when it ended. One shot on target. We go back to the midfield. How many times, guys, what was the point of signing Umtetwa? What were we complaining about our Chiefs midfield before Umtetwa got there? We were complaining that we don't have anybody who can play the CDM role where he can collect the ball and he can turn around and play the ball up. But what's the point of signing Umtetwa if he's going to trap the ball and turn around and nobody's going to be there. Let's go to responsibility. Whether it's Mtetwa, whether it's the right back, whether it's the left back, whether it's the right wing or the left wing, you trap the ball and there's no one around. You trap the ball and there's no one who avails themselves to come and get the ball. They hide behind other players. How are you meant to play the ball? How are you meant to play? I don't know if that's Coach Kevin's philosophy. But for me, you've got all these players. Forget about the tactics. Let's forget about the tactics. I trap the ball. I look up. Umart is hiding behind somebody. The other person is hiding behind another one. They all run away. They do this thing where as soon as the ball gets played to somebody, they run away. How many times have we said that the left side of Chiefs' defense is the weakness? How many times have we said that if you're going to play Dove there or you're going to play Santi there, please don't invert them. Please don't have them push up because you're going to make it tough for Uditog to go out to the wing. How many times have we said it? I'm glad that a PSL coach came out and told us that, yeah, we wanted to attack that side. How many times? I don't know, guys. Tina, as Sebenzeli Chiefs, I don't work for Chiefs. We watch the games. We see them. We've been watching Chiefs games, Sundowns games, Pirates games here on this together. Now, we see all of the problems that are happening at Kaizer Chiefs, but clearly other people don't. We need to right back. We saw that. Why would you repeat that? We saw this thing of having half-tens that play on the wing. Why would you knowingly repeat that? Is there nobody at Kaizer Chiefs who watches any of the games back, including coach? We speak to our defense. Pirates did something. When before the Mahopa goal came in, Pirates did the same action before. No one in that defense went, "Aye guys, let's fix that." Always getting caught out with the same things. So what is the plan at Kaizer Chiefs, guys? What is the plan at Kaizer Chiefs? What is the point of having technical staff, having analysts, having all these people if you're going to see the same exact things week in and week out, the same exact weaknesses? I've told you guys about how they play half and half. Ranga's on the pitch. What do we know about Ranga? Very good at early crosses. What do you know about Ranga? Very good at bullying defenses, very good at being put through. Ranga's running on the wing. He's running there. He has to drop all the way back to the halfway line to get the ball. He has to do all these things that strikers don't do, especially strikers like Ranga. Fine. Then you take him off. You take him off, now you start crossing. Now the ball finds its way crossed into the box. Now we're pushing Castillo into striker. Guys, what is the point of all of this stuff? How can a team have Ngobo, Mtetwa, Mart, Toli, Castillo on the pitch, and you can't put together 3 passes? You can't put together 3 passes and play. But I don't think you're allowing the players and the coach to settle. You want results immediately. Buddha, it's not about the result. It's not about the result. I'll go back. 20 minutes Pirates scored. It was 20 minutes in. Now, at some point during the match, let's say 70, 80th minute, regardless of whoever is on the pitch, at some point, you want them to show some urgency to go win the game. Urgency to put Pirates under pressure. We ended that game with 1 shot on target. Just the 1 shot. So does that show you a team that wants to win this game? Does that show you a team that wants to do better? It doesn't show you anything. Is that a team that wants to win? I'll repeat. We watched Sundowns. Sundowns goes and plays versus us. We're 1-0 up versus Sundowns. You know what Ronaldo does? 70th minute, he throws the kitchen sink. They're 2-0 down versus the TS Galaxy. You know what he does towards the end? He throws in the kitchen sink to show you guys that I want to win this game. The players show you that they want to win this game. See, now we watch Abba Frost like come onto the pitch. No, guys, I'm sorry. I don't care about the results. You can lose games. You can lose games. You can be underprepared. You can be played out of position. But the heart, tell me, what player on the pitch had some heart? To show that, guys, this is the derby. It's an important game. We don't have anything else. We don't have the league. We're not going to go for the league. We're not going for the league. We're out of the Carling knockout. We got knocked out of the MTN 8. Maybe Nedbank Cup is the only thing we have left. This is a derby. It's a big game. It's a statement game. It's the third game of the coach being in charge. It's somewhere where you can show fans, show people that you have an intent. Forget about the score. But who wanted that game yesterday? Pirates included. I don't wanna take away Pirates from this, but I don't want to get too much about Pirates. But I'm like, at what point does somebody at Kaizer Chiefs show some urgency, man? Somebody take the ball and attack a Pirates player to get us up. Somebody make a substitution that can change how we are fundamentally playing the game so that we can get back up and maybe get back into the game. At what point? He tells us afterwards, he tells us about, Chiefs, there's a brand. You coach said there's a brand. No, he told us that the players have to live up to what. He told us that we need to do this and that and that. It's words, man. Kaizer Chiefs is done. It's so full of words. All we hear is words. We want to be better. This is the best team. We're doing the best. We're doing this. No, there's a brand. There's a way to play. There's a mental. They said everything. He was talking about the mental of the players. He was talking about all the stuff. There's the pitch. Honestly, I couldn't care less about hearing another thing from the players, another thing from the coach, another thing from management. I don't want to hear anything. See it on the pitch. See it on the pitch. That's all you need to do. So no, I'm not happy when you're looking at it and you're going, Kevin Johnson, you have tape of Kaizer Chiefs, tape of Kaizer Chiefs. You have lots of videos and previous games. In fact, you were sitting in the box when Unseki was going through his last few games. You saw all the mistakes that were made. Just as Unseki sat there and saw the mistakes made by Uzwane, but they choose to continue doing the same thing. I don't care that it's his third game in charge. I honestly do not care. Because the whole point of a new manager bounce. I told you guys last time that what you do with new manager bounce, a manager comes in and he says, guys, I'm different to your predecessor. I'm taking new guys and playing them. Those guys can lose, but you need to make the point that, guys, I'm going to change something. And if you're not here to play for me, you're not going to play. Does Dolly fear a bench? Does Msimango, does Kune fear bench? Does Dove fear bench? Ditloko Msimango, Kwinika, Mart, Castillo, Mtetwa, Ngobo, Dolly, Chivavairo. Do any of these players fear that what they performed there is going to keep them out of the game? No. These players are also very entitled. They play every game. Utoli was injured, came back and played. Utoli, injured, came back and played. Mart has played for every single coach. Every new regime at Chiefs. He was even captain at some point. Do you think he fears bench? Castillo, do you think Castillo fears bench? So then what's the point of having a new coach? What's the point of having a new coach if you're going to do the same exact things? I'm tired, guys. And the funny thing is, it goes from the players all the way up to management. Nabo, same exact things. Rush coach hires. The players that we sign, always still free agents. Years and years of free agents not working out, still free agents. keeping some of the players too long, having youngsters that you don't even play or try or give game time. So if they're doing the same thing, coach is doing the same thing, players are doing the same thing, what is going to change? And these are not hard things to fix, guys. I'm sorry. These are not hard things to fix. Honestly speaking, they're not hard things to fix. It's problems that we've seen day in and day out. You can watch any of the previous episodes where we've spoken about the Kaizer Chiefs. Same exact things. But here we sit again, crying about the same thing. Begumnandi versus Cape Town Spurs. I'm not going to lie. Cape Town Spurs, I thought the Cape Town Spurs game was the game. I was like, yes. It doesn't look fluid. We almost, Cape Town Spurs almost got into that game. But Oksalayo, they played. Yo, we saw combinations. We saw things. And I asked the question, is it because there's no pressure, there's no fans, it's a problem, that it's a team we're playing that are last in the league? Is it that we're seeing it? What's going to happen on Saturday? And do you know what happened when the pressure was on? Back to default settings. So, guys, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But anyway, guys, I'm going to open up the lines. Please feel free to jump in and we can have a conversation about this, you know? We can have a conversation about this. I'm just tired, guys. I'm tired. And they blame everything else. Coach was talking about how players have Instagrams and they need a different type of player. Bob Kaizer spoke about how it's social media that's ruining it. People blame fans and people blame all that stuff. To be honest, guys, I'm a guy who has a show on TikTok. All of the other people are people who are on social media. We do not interview coaches. We do not hire coaches. We do not negotiate for players. We do not know what happens behind closed doors. So you can't blame me and social media for those type of things. You can't blame fans who've been sitting for 9 years. For 9 years, we've been sitting We've been sitting with no trophies. Yet they blame us for being angry. They blame us for asking for changes. And also, when you make a decision, hang with your decision. You gave a man a 3-year contract. You gave him a 3-year contract. We didn't say give him a 3-year contract. You gave him a 3-year contract. Back him. If Athazwani was well and truly your guy, back him. Because if you chop and change every time fans sneeze, then you're giving us power that we shouldn't have. Rather than usbize, sohlalema ofisini, and then we'll make decisions and take responsibility for them. But you can't blame fans for these things. Anyway, guys, let me open. And then we can have the conversation. I know there's Pirates fans here. I know. We'll have conversations about the derby. I'm sorry, guys. I just needed to offload just a little bit because this thing that I'm seeing here makes no sense at all. Utvelile, how are you? Hey, ndoda base bangicimela ama-live. Hey, ndoda. Hey.
Ngiyabona ukuthi kunzima impela namhlanje. Hayi usasabathe uthi uyazama lapha into zabelungu zikuxakile. Le weekend ngathi ayihambelanga kahle man. Ngathi kubheda yonke into.
Sibuyele kulento engingayithandi but let's speak about the game. We bought into the derby, Velile, from your side. And what do you think Pirates did right kule match?
Hayi okokuqala nje ngizothanda ukubingelela egameni labantwana base-Orlando abakhona nabangasekho emhlabeni. Sicela ukubonga nje kuwo wonke abantwana base-Orlando. Hayi mntakababa ngiyabona uthukuthele ikhona isolution. Mawungenza lento eyenziwe ezinye izingane lezi nizibhema niyazihleka. Abanye abantwana bahlakaniphile ngaphandle. Ngane yabahleka ngoba kukhona lengane yaseThekwini le yakampisana. Umcelile uma wayo ukuthi amthengele i-team amthengele. Bese khona ke le enye ngapha yasePitoli esingesibize ngegaba. Abantu bakhona baba personal ma. Umcelile ubaba ukuthi amenzele i-tournament inyana naye. Phezulu ubaba wayenza and wayiwina. So nani ngapha kabuta ngeke kube inkinga mhlawumbe uKaizer Junior mangaya lapha kuba bathi awuzame nawe ngapha iKaizer Premier League Sport mhlamba ngeke
singadliwa nalapho sizodliwa nalapho kuyafana.
No but on a serious note mntakababa no igame ngasho nje ukuthi into esihlala sikhuluma ngayo. I've heard you like talking but kodwa into ehlala if people, that's why at the same time siqala ngathi we sound like a stuck record because we always emphasize the same thing of coaches, because ayikho into esingayenza, but the coaches as the people that are being employed to run a team and select a team, and the system that they have to use on the pitch, which means they have to reflect it kuma result we team. We see we see it kuBorolane, we see it Magdal. Everybody knows is Gavin Hunt with Sinjan. You know, if you watch Super Sport, what must we expect? Surely, even if we have come to our teams, nakhona we must expect the best thing. Also futhi masiyabheka bengithanda inqosho uNtseki nalanda uNtseki reloaded ngoba uvele nje weza ngebomb squad nje yonke nje nayo lapha. That's that system when I was so poor, man, especially with Ukwinika on the right hand side. You know good he won't go anywhere. The aim of that formation is to defend. And if you're going to have Ox, Mati, no Castillo, of which Castillo, it's not much of a uyambona kakhulu ebholeni. I'm still trying to figure him out with because you don't see him but he position like a middle fielder, but you don't see him on a ball kind of thing. You only see him when those changes come, whether you have to hit or not. 18 years kind of thing, or maybe it's a false nine, or I still need to figure out that. But your nature, the system was really coverage, and like it was a defensive system also. And the Mangotia Pegago on my side, hey. Substitution yami noma ngithi ngiyayigxeka, I can see in the heavens I intervening ukuthi ibe khona ngenkani la the substitution.
Le substitution kaHlandu noMunyane.
AmaZulu ayayifuna impela ukuthi ibe khona ngaso sonke isikhathi. Ngiyazi ubhuti uKhutsho ukhona elayini uyeza uyithanda kabi, uyothanda ukuyikhaza nje akutshela ukuthi hayi lo munye wenzani, lo munye what is this, but mina I've always argue about ukuthi Mayenzi was the purpose of it at that particular time, but this time again the heavens intervened, and it was a good one. And also, ngicela ukuthi funda kokunye futhi singazami ukublame, because guys, remember this is a big team. If we are playing for a team like Pirates, Sundowns, and Kaizer Chiefs, and as a player, we are bound to be under pressure, and we are bound also to complain, and we expect the best from each and every player and the seriousness. If we have to criticize uMakhopa ukuthi it doesn't come to a party, uDash ukuthi uyazifihla kalibiza ibhola, on which on this one it did a different thing, because he was calling the ball. Can see he was in charge there and involved on the game. And also what a beautiful pass for team moving forward that found Ushando on the right hand side. That's what you always complain about. If you get the ball, predictable, go sideways, Jalo, it's like there's nothing you can do. And so must complain just that we expect the best out of our players, like moving forward. Even the coach, the system that they implement. Yes, Utesh was playing, but you see with the system changed Gakulu Masengeno Dlole, because now he had to come into the middle field and be the anchorman, but which allowed Undlondo to go forward also. And I think even our players, man, just like that killer instinct, when they intercept position, just move forward. Something that you see maybe from a team, you see Man City cannot go the counter 4 to 5 times without scoring a goal. There were chances there, man, that you were there for a taking on Saturday. If players, the instinct were in the correct space and also release Iporax's card. You also congratulate to Maswangani. It seems that because we didn't have problem with him, but we had problem with it. He tend to hold the ball, even no finally release immediately. So to a better player. That's what we want. Moving forward, let's play positive football like Sundowns is doing. We don't hate them, we appreciate. We also love to see good football now and then, because we are customers of football. We love it, we have played it, we watch it. We expect the best from Iwonkama team PSL. We should be a good product even for a country. We don't speak negative or anything. That's a human side of it, but we only expect what's the best for our teams to play now.
Okay. Let me bring in Unzalama.
Ngatedela abanye musimtaka baba ne.
Ngabathetela, no problem. Thank you so much, Benny. Nzalama, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Sharp, Pauti. I'm good. How are you?
I'm frustrated. I can't even say angry. I'm frustrated. Tell me, how did you see this Soweto Derby game, and can you assess this performance from these teams?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Osi. Thank you for the platform. Just to greet everyone, I'm a coach for life. I'm a coach awapheli umoya bafethu singaphelini umoya sese-early man. We still have next season and next of next season and the other seasons. I'm just joking. It hurts, man. It hurts. The game was a standard game. It wasn't, you know, expectations of a Soweto derby. You know, we've lost the brand of Soweto derby, and now we are playing for, I don't know, players are playing for themselves. I think that's the problem with Kaizer Chiefs in the game because uh, the minute Castillo or Umat holds the ball, bonke bale phambili le bafuna ukuyokora bona. I mean, ngeke nikore nonke, yabo. Only one person or two person is given that mandate, yabo, or that instruction ukuthi wena uzokora, yabo. Mara, the way our players were playing, they all wanted to score a goal, you know. So that was the problem. That means we're disjointed. We were not playing as a team, and it's something that I think is costing us a lot of games. On the other end, iPirates iyadlala. It's a lot on the line. iPirates iyadlala. And there's this one thing is short tie. I think it's just to manage our players and that's it. Because the way they move the ball, it's marvelous. It's sort of like a Barcelona type of football, you know. It's just a small touch of ingredient that's missing in Pirates. And to look at how the goal came about, it was a quick goal. Our players couldn't like react to it because Zanutove was out of position, and then the ball came from Tim. You know that pass was wonderful, and then Ushan was it Shand who gave the ball to Mahopa, and then Mahopa just did nice clear finish, nice one, Gora, far post, and that's where Chiefs consider my goals were cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
from here to the far post, we see stars there, man. Ukhune next. So the Pirates is not in. I can give them 6 out of 10. Ne? They playing, but they have not reached their full potential. And I wish they do, man. I wish they could beat Sundowns because this is a team that can beat teams like Sundowns. I don't know what's missing. There's small ingredient that's missing, and I believe it's in the management of the players and the management ball abadlalayo. Fitness goes, mentality cool. It goes a long way. Mentality goes a long way in that type of football. So they need someone who knows how to deal like abanye guys ama-therapy, yabo. Someone who can find izinto ama-player struggle ngazo, yabo, mental, so that he knows if a player is fit to play or not, yabo. Because you know you can have a nice player, but if akekho right mentally, then he's not gonna play. And then going to Chiefs.
Okay.
The Chiefs, there's a lot of problems, bro. I just want to dissect a bit. No? I mean, divert a bit.
Okay.
There's this thing called branding and marketing, and so marketing is when you tell your customer, "Oh, my product is good for you," but branding is when the customers tell other customers that this person's product is good, is a good product. Yeah. So what Kaizer Chiefs is doing, it's like they don't understand what branding is. They are telling us all these things. Kaizer Chiefs is a brand. Kaizer Chiefs is this, and that. You know, that's marketing. And then what we say about them? That's their brand. You know how Kaizer Chiefs feel right now. That's the brand of Kaizer Chiefs, and they see themselves as glamour boys. It's no longer like that now. Yeah, well, they must fix it, and in the we fix it is not by talking, telling us we see, hey, Kaizer Chiefs is won, hey, Kaizer Chiefs has many cups and all of that. That doesn't matter now. You know, if they want
Okay.
to fix that, they must do it in the team, man. The team must show us what the brand is. They must make us feel what the brand is, not tell us what the brand is. Yeah, okay? So yeah, man.
Okay.
Just wanted to bring that up, but that's not important. Let me just give others time.
No stress, no stress. Thank you so much, Dalama. I mean, it's the commitment, guys. For me, it's the commitment. You can put me on the pitch right now and say play for Chiefs. As unfit and whatever, I may be the worst player on the pitch, but you'll never be able to question a commitment. I will run until a lung is on the ground, even if I'm the worst. And sometimes that's what you want. It's not necessarily just because of wins. I want to win. Sometimes it's just to say, good day, guys. They tried. Even if you're an average player, you went out and you gave it your all, and the quality of Pirates is too much for you. But guys, sometimes, let me bring you to Tepang. Tepang, how are you? Tepang, I just didn't get that. It cut there.
Sharp.
Yeah, cut. No. Yeah, ka hutla. Tepang, tell me, we won a match in.
I feel like the Chiefs coach, the Chiefs coach got it wrong. You had a team that was playing during the week, which their link-up play, Kopile, was playing far better from other games. Now, going into the derby, you change that team. Like, what are you building on? And now the other problem is that you mentioned already, the Plaza Chiefs, whenever their own player has the ball, they don't avail themselves. And I think the opposite side of that's what is an advantage to Pirates, because Pirates is full of players that like to shine. So whichever has the ball, there will always be an option, because Pirates, they all want the ball, which was an advantage for them. But I think the coach for Chiefs got it wrong. Exactly there. Why change a formation that has been winning, which is the link-up play? Kopel has been better. It was that game. It doesn't matter was it Cape Town Spurs. That doesn't matter. It's how they played that game going into the derby. For me, that was the key moment. But for Pirates, I think the guy that won the game for them, that did the dirty work. He didn't do much, but he was doing the most.
Yeah.
Monare. That guy played, covered a lot of ground. He was there, the second ball, everything that happened into that game, he was there in the thick of things. But I think for Chiefs going forward now, it's a question of who do we take that wants to play. For me, I'm at that point now with Chiefs. Whoever wants to play is the player that I'm going to field in the first 11. If I feel right now about Udula go benching, because like you brought up a point where no one is scared of being on the bench, and it feels like that because the commitment is not there. Why it's like it or not, Rawina Rajewa Kauka during the week, come Derby, I'll be there. You know, that's how it feels like now. The commitment is not there. So if I was a coach for Chiefs, whoever wants to play, it's a player that I carry with. If we're not feel or you don't want to play, sit on the bench and let's move forward. I think that's because I always tell people, if you are a Pirates or a Chiefs supporter going into the derby, the only thing you care about is what? Winning the game. That's it. That's all you care about. But yeah, it's just one of those. But I just feel like the game was a bit low. Yes, Pirates got the 3 points. We're happy of that, but the game was a bit low for me. It wasn't, it's not that vavavoom that much. We're slightly between 40 and 50%, and at the time when it goes to 60%, it will slowly go down to 40 again. So it wasn't that free flowing. But and I was disappointed with these young players from Chiefs. This Chabalala and the other one, Kingobo. Hey, those guys didn't play very well. They didn't. And I always say young players are coming, they're doing the most now.
Oh, Tsepang.
Hey, but hey, they were looking.
Hey, it keeps cutting. It
They
keeps
were
cutting, my
basically
guy.
looking at Mofu play.
Yeah. Smuda, the coach is trying to avoid conceding silly or stupid goals, hence the 3 defensive midfielders. Yeah, but he lost. Like, guys, it's like he did the same thing and lost and got fired. So at what point is it high time for coaches to go? It's not working. It's not working. You have all the best intentions in the world. You want to be defensive and not concede and all of that stuff. Great. But your predecessor just got fired for that, and now you come and do the same thing. What's gonna change? What does he think is gonna change? But anyway, Malume Kuto, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
I'm Mr. Woods.
I know, Mnandi. I'd never.
Mara ke kentse request.
I never.
Can I see my hope there?
Never. What is on game, Malume Kuto?
Look, now I watched it after without emotions, as I always say. And you know, sometimes we complain about issues, ne? But when they work out, that's when you see what the coach was trying to do. Against Kanarletili during the week, Skukune, people complained about the 310s. Which where must Kimvidi go? Where must Wanbani go? If you check the goal, your Pirates, out of the blue, Umaswangai, no Kanakimang, Ratomo, as well as Uloch, they all tuck in. It was like Krostina, you know the thing about SOWETO. They all tucked in. I saw Udove pointed to Maswangai. I saw Udoli pointed to Maswangai. All of them were pointing with who's marking that one. And as they were pointing at him, Ushan Wangena S18, because now Udoli is pointing, Udove is tempted to go and follow, even though he's also pointing. As he tries to approach, Utsim will switch. Shand is always free. You know what? Our right backs, guys, you know, sometimes you have to be fair as a coach and say, I can't see who deserves to play between the two of y'all, and I'm gonna rotate both of y'all because both of you la deliver. During the week, Munyani scored, and this time Ushandu assisted properly. And assisted is akin to a goal. So you can't really kind of king. Even more kind of king. Extra time, they are showing it. Both Dolly and Dove, they are pointing. Because all 3 of them, Ulodge, Umfukeng, they've tucked in and we just stretched them. We just pinned it back. And one thing I'm happy about, which we spoke about, was Umakopa, which at some point he has to find himself. He has to find himself, which he's a box striker. And when we signed him, we knew him. No one is expecting Umakopa to dribble and take on 5 or 6 people.
Yes.
All we are expecting is what he did, Katabi. Be there to tap those goals in and go to the corner and sleep. You don't need to do much. You can sleep the entire 90 minutes. We are happy. So I just wanted to point out, Remina, I'm a right back. I'm happy. Also, Uhoto, there's a point where Utito was rushing into the box. Akira Polo. Hoto caused the confusion in Siras Lab when he was bursting down the left to the right package shift. The right package shift did not know should he close down Utito or should he attend to Uhoto. Next thing he knew, he was in the 6-yard and Utito unleashed a powerful shot. Lucky for Okune, the ball did not serve too much. One understand. So I can see. As I've been explaining, I'm glad we're explaining my coffee. These guys, they're expected to play as 310s. No one is expected to stay out wide. We already have wingers in Hoto and Shandu, as well as Ukanakemang Umunyani, where they beat Pasekama. Pasekama is something like a center back. He's very good defensively, but in attack, charger from straight from fullback position to number 11, it's very difficult for him. He does not do it like a Roberto Carlos or whatever. He would do it like a Mudiba-esque, a Cancelo-esque. He does it gradually. He wants to come up all again. He does not bomb down, one understand. So which is why I feel like sometimes they try and test Uhoto instead of Umako. The way they think about it, the way they envision it, it suits Uhoto more than Umako, one understand. So in that regard, I'm happy. And Vincent Pule, when Vincent Pule was hot, no lodge. That time I used to say Vincent Pule is CR7. And when you look at him, the build, he's tall enough, he can hit the ball, he's got a power shot, and he can come in the combination play. So the fact that Bamjad is a striker right now, he's playing straight number 9, it's not a surprise. You understand? When I reference the time, saying this boy is exactly what Ronaldo is, we just don't know how to use him. When I reference that time, I'm like, and finally, Jose Rivero is playing with Vincent Pule as a 9. And then there's an instance where Umaswanga decided he's going to take on the defense, Chiefs and the midfield is over 1-2. And about Lodge, we're respecting. Remember when we spoke about Kim Vuidi? Lodge is capable of respect when you command it.
Yes.
He did not hesitate. What's Maswanga? It's still yours. Maswanga, and he still pinged it to Maswanga to Umakopa. Now, there's this video that I saw from Mutalifang where Umakopa received that ball and he played a wall pass. He could have played it, he could have turned and had goal side, one understand, which is something that Vincent Pule is very much capable of. I still remember when Chiefs was destroying, Pirates was destroying Kaizer Chiefs ka COVID, and Vincent Pule took Jabulo Plum to the cleaners in the box, turning him inside out, where we were supposed to get a penalty, but Lukolo Party did what he's known for and ignored the penalty. So I know with Vincent Pule in the box, he's capable of telling your eyes and dribbling. So
can I just ask you something? No.
Okay,
Finish that point. I'll ask you. I just want to ask you something.
I'm looking forward to seeing Vincent Pule develop in that number 9 position. I think it was meant to be.
How much did the injuries contribute to the style of play? Do you think that you still would have seen the 3-10 play if it wasn't for Erasmus coming off early and somebody else came off early?
Look, in as much as we're blaming the Chiefs coach, etc., even the Pirates coach took a similar approach. Understand, by protecting Umfuking. It's 90,000 people at the end. His hand was forced, Lena, understand, to say, okay, play him either way. He's got the talent and he's already soaked in the atmosphere. And luckily for him, it was early enough, which I improved in the game. And he had enough time to go into the game. But the 3-10s, Erasmus, we've been trying to use him as a 10.
But it's been failing.
That was the plan. That was the plan. So unfortunately, there's a difference between the plan and the execution. He hasn't been executing it very well, but the plan is valid 3-10s. So whether be it Erasmus, be it Kimvuiri, be it Otladisa, they are all given the same instruction according to me, Wuti. When Uhoto is ready, Noshandu is ready, just tuck in. And that is beneficial because we've got 2 defensive 6s sitting there. So if you have 2 defensive 6s sitting, we are safe at the back. We've got 4. We've got 3 stable with Utim and the 2 center backs who will open wide, and we've got Umnare with all his energy. He'll be able to track back. That's why we are able to release Ushandu and Uhoto at the same time. So it's not for our Utladisa or Kimvuiri to stick by the line. Come in, Sizodlala. That position, Warmaka. You're not assisting when you are there at the side. You understand? I'm just happy. And just in closing, because I we've got a long line. In closing, that guy, Castillo. There's a difference, guys. You might be a 6, but on the day, are you deployed as a 6? Or are you deployed as an 8? Castillo second half, he was playing as a straight 9.
Striker.
Striker 9-9. He was not moving. That's why he was winning those headers with ease. And that guy is dangerous. One of that guy, man. That guy, man. No. Abo Casemiro ba heta njengaye kuphela. Asibat babangata abo Ramos, who you know, they've got a magnet on their head. They can pull that ball towards them with that magnet. So I think they should keep trying him there. So for now, I could say Chiefs played 4-4-2 second half, not 4-3.
But then they took out the Chiva Vaero, who would have been very good in the 4-4-2.
But they still threw in Osaile, who was also effective. Yes, someone effective. Was Tusile. You must ask Paris fans. When he was on the ball, we could feel Utusaile is coming. And in closing, I'm glad Unda has shaken off the curse of the derby. He has finally won the derby without a mistake. Thank you, Olisanda.
Okay.
Mr. Uti.
No, sharp, Balube Kutso. General, how are you, my brother?
I'm good, my brother. And you?
You must come back and Chiefs, you know how it is. Tell me, how did you see this Soweto derby?
I can see that you want to cry, can cry, my brother. I won't judge you.
It's not even crying. I'm just frustrated, man. Man.
Okay, let me start with the Soweto derby. You know, what I've realized, the game it was not what I think it was going to be. Because the game, it was little boring. There was not that moment of dangerous moment, more especially coming from Chiefs.
Can you come a little closer? I think there's a bit of it sounds like you're far away. I don't know if it's the mic or something.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, as I was saying, the game, there was nothing much to talk about it, except like more especially coming to Chiefs side. Chiefs didn't have too much chances. They didn't create so much chances going forward. They had ball position better, second half actually, but they were not getting Pirates, except that chance. Yeah, is it Castillo? The one
that hit the post.
That hit the post. But other than that, they were. Pulemo tried to do something, but there was nothing at the end. So, Chiefs players, I think there is a lot of work needs to be done there. I don't know whether it's players or structure. So, Pirates, they have a plan, and their plan worked. They looked dangerous when they had the ball. Every time when they attacked, it was promising. I used to, every time when Pirates was attacking, I was celebrating. This time. I was also surprised when we scored one goal. I thought we were going to score 3 there because there were there were so many chances that I can say, this chance, it was promising, but we couldn't score it. So, Kaizer Chiefs, my brother. Hey, yo.
No. I'm gonna come back, General. I'm gonna come back. Let me go to Lebza. Lebza, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Hi,
Hi, Lebza. Hi. We wanted you, Anki.
wa tseba ke ile stadium ke thabile ke buile ke le ke nyemile ke sa tsebe gore ke bolele ke reng le batho mo tseleng but ne e bora game ya Saturday to be honest mosebetsi o montsi o tshwanetse o dire go Chiefs man coach I understand gore why e changeile scheme sa Wednesday ka Saturday line wa tshameka Marti Castillo le ba re ke mang ke Marti Castillo
Marti Castillo le Mthetho
le Mthetho because those players tshwanetse bogolo e wana dilo go bankeng ka ba qadile ka bo ba re ke mang bo Mdusha balala le Nco the way na tshameka ka teng Saturday I mean Wednesday but go diragetse re latlhegetswe ene defense ya rona ke mathata go bua nnete ke go boleletse last week gore ke wa re tika defense ya rona but ke mathata go
ga ba bue
especially
kwa morago
khona o shebe o cheke left back ya rona ba re ke mang ke a morata ba re
Dove.
ke Dove but o na le diphoso tse dintsi na lose dibolo tse dingata o cheke Bokwinika kore e ne le mathata ene goal e tseneng ele ke positioning ya ga Dove o cheke position ya ga Dove ba re le go tswa mo position ya ga Dove ka na ra blame ba tshamekang central ke mang Ditlhokwe le
Ditlhokwe Msimango.
but position ya ga Dove le one where sometimes I can understand go go Chiefs go etsagalang Dolly le na le off go bua nnete Dolly na le off Chivaviro le ene I think there are some players I think they are not Kaizer Chiefs type to be honest I'll check go I'll check le ba re ke mang Pule Modi khona man next a gona next and re check ntho engwe re tshwanetse re blame management wa Kaizer Chiefs I think the way ba scouting di-player ka teng go roma di-player tse dingata tse di tshamekelang Chiefs go bua nnete ga di deserve go tshamekela Kaizer Chiefs a o ka checka profile ya teng ga di deserve o checke o ipotse a re bue ka di-player tse di saenilweng ke Kaizer Chiefs current o nkareng ka mmona ke Castillo wa Zamanyana but I don't think like style of player Chiefs ya mo fita le yone but wa Zamanyana re kgona go bona at least the movement batla go bona a tshameka bolo thata mo medleng ene mara late run wa kgona wa fitla go boxing ke wa tsama but a re checka bo Msimango bo a se ba re fese bo Msimango bo ditlhoke ra koriwa every and I don't think combination ya ga Msimango le ditlhoke ya bereka go bua nnete I don't think ya bereka because we are conceding goals so many goals every game ra koriwa 1-1 no tshwanetse go etswe sengwe but I think coach Kevin Johnson ke kgona go bona gore ke coach o batlang go tshameka ball like o batla go ba like the way go win a game tshwanetse o dominate game the only way to win game tshwanetse re dominate but le ene kgona go bona gore o kgona o batla go tshameka but the way we approaching game ka Saturday na le wrong bua nnete na le wrong and o bone re na le player ra gate bo Gonzalez go ntle go gontsi man cause Chiefs tshwanetse starter ha se bora oti re sa ne di-player tse di tša kosa di-player tse di ngata tshwanetse go tsamaya go
mara ke neng re signa re tlo signa until
no ra signa because re signa the wrong players go bua nnete bra oti bona Pirates signa di-offensive play quality compare quality ya Pirates o compare quality ya Sundowns ha ba sign fela go ba bona ba utlwa go player ke o free o le o ipotsa gore ba signile Mdantsane Mdantsane ipotsa gore ba signile ha bana reason gore ba signile Mdantsane ha bana reason gore ba signile Bopotsane bo Pule Modi go na le player tse di le available tse le gore di tlhoka especially the attacking midfielder Chiefs a etla mo di-attacking midfielder ya kgona go signa di-attacking midfielder kampa go ra signa di-defensive midfielder ya ka bo Mthethwa bo Sithebe bo Marte but
mara ke mang Njabulo Ngcobo le defender of the year ke mang Msimango ene le captain kwa Proteas Galaxy one of the big players nadlala ko Bafana ke ba bo Mthethwa was an important player kwa ko Stelis Dove ra mtseba from ko kana re ka Dove ko ne Super Sport Cape Town City nadlala Chivaviro is currently nominated as the best local-based player for the CAF Awards. At what point are we going to look at ourselves? Something is wrong with Chiefs, man.
Structure, there's nothing wrong with Chiefs. Nothing wrong with Chiefs, it's structures are Chiefs. The way, like, team the way dlalang ka teng re ka se go tsofara gore ra go sena a ke etse sky batla go sign-a Casting Sirino is type ya Kaizer Chiefs. Yeah, go Pirates a ka fita but go Chiefs ga ya gore bereka, just like re signile bo Pila wa bona gore go etsagatseng the way cause tshwanetse re tlhoka quality go bua nnete. Ha re sign ha re bone player le rona ra go bona di-fan le rona re tla be re tsenya modimo re bona okay player ke le tshwanetse re sign tshwanetse go coach like e nne yone e sign di-player re tsebe gore coach ba tla go tshameka ya. But I believe more le gale ke go sale ele but I saw something ka ba re ke mang Kevin Johnson o batla go tshameka bolo o kgona go bona gore is building from the back le midfielder o kgona go bona gore ba batla team e tshamekang bolo but go bua nnete a rena di-player le ene o tlo faila because of ha rena di-player re tlo go eletsa re mo kopa because of di tlhoka di-player tse di quality and di-scouter ke mang ba scoutang go Chiefs entle ke kopa le mpoleleng Braoti gore ke mang ba scoutang players for Chiefs and lo mpotseng gore ke mang ba developang di-player because I don't think di-player tsa go Chiefs they are fully developed. Bone re na le good players ba re ke mang Zwane Samkelo Zwane is a very good player but I don't think ba mo o developile le Mthusha Balala ke mmone weekend I think o tsene o tlile a dropa game yana o palelwa ke go and he's a good player, is one of the best player but o paletswe ke go dila le one on one o palelwa ke go dila le one on one ke dilo tse le gore tlhoka development a bona Chiefs ya ka bankanya development because some players rona used to take from development and ke culture Chiefs like the way re ne re nka bo Junior Khanye from development bo Khuno wa bona so re tshwanetse re bankanye development ya rona and wa bona re tlogetse di-player like bo extend ba tsamaile go bua nnete Chiefs
mara that's why ke re tlo blame di-player tse up until when because the way I look at it is it's fine di-player tsa rona they don't match, let's say Kaizer Chiefs or quality or whatever, but you have to be able or it's a scheme that can fit those players. I don't like this thing or the coach Sarona these days. Instead of looking at your team and saying, I would really love Shalulile, but I don't have Shalulile. How do we make Chiva Vairo work? I would really love Themba Zwane, but we don't have Themba Zwane. How do we make Abongobo work? At some point, I want our coaches and I want our players, Libon. I want them to sit down and say, guys, we'd love all of this stuff. Mara management in players. I can complain or I can do better because in as much as we say that quality achieves the high, would you choose Cape Town City's team over this one? Would you choose Super Sports team over this one? Would you choose, there's a long list of teams, go PSL. Would you choose those squads over what we have now?
I will choose. I wanna Cape Town City. Nkanka some Cape Town City. Ka change bese ka Kenya Cape Town. Katsema that's Chiefs to be honest. But I think this striker, which I think we need to be more creative from midfield. Midfield Kaizer Chiefs ke bothata guys le bone hantle. Striker or di kore di tlhoka gore di be creative midfield. I think
mara di creative okay re tla bua ka bone di creative midfielder di teng ke ba bangata guy. But it's fine. Let me bring in the other guys' Lebza. Let me bring in the other guys' Lebza. We'll speak about it. Before I bring in Black Man, guys, this is my problem. And I think it's a problem that I have with modern day football as a whole. Guys, you've got those players. You can cry and you can want a million other people, but you've got those players. We know what the Tlokwe and Msimango are strong at. We watched Chiva Vairo go into Africa last year and play well. He scored 17 goals last season for Marumo, and he was part of that team that went into Confed. We know how he plays. We know how Ngobo plays. We know how Toli plays from before he was at Kaizer Chiefs. We know all of these things. We can even tell you about Castillo. what he's good at. We've seen enough games where, okay, no, he does this, he does this. So you're telling me that at Kaizer Chiefs, nobody can sit down and say, guys, these are the ones. These are the ones that we want. This is how we're going to play in order to make sure that we highlight these players' strengths and we minimize their weaknesses. If you take Ungobo and you put him on the wing, obviously he's not going to play as good because he's on the wing. You know, if you take Uchiva Vairo and you make him drop all the way back to go fetch balls and make him run on the wing, what's going to happen to Chiva Vairo throughout the game? First game they did this. I remember first game of the season, Chiva Vairo came onto the pitch. They did the same thing. He pulled a hamstring and was injured. So now, as the Chiefs coach, you've watched this before. You've seen this play out. What do? You make him do the exact same things. And we'll speak about management. But right now, I want to move away from management and say, these are the guys you have. Windows are closed. Nobody's getting signed. Right? How do you make it work with these group of players if you're going to intentionally play them out of position? What are we hoping is going to happen there? Black man, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Oh, there's a lot I could say. There's a lot I could laugh at.
Here we go.
No. It's been a while. Sorry for Nyambe. I had muted my phone and then I was busy in the kitchen. I didn't realize Guti after we had cooked chiefs in the Lesbos pegging ayo.
Aye. You guys slow cooked us, man. You simmered us to death. You simmered us to death, man.
Nice and slow, Baba. Nice and slow. Death by 1,000 cuts from a team. But either way, first of all, the guy Umuntu Ungene before me, Ute, it's not a structural problem. It's a team problem. I mean, I disagree 110%. It's structure to the bone. But Mizan, allegedly, let's be legally correct.
Please.
Allegedly, isn't one of Kaizer's children working for the club, like in the development department, allegedly, or one of the departments? I'm Kumbuligat. Allegedly. And the question is, you can't tell me, Guti, allegedly he's the best man for the job. I ain't gagging. In what world is he allegedly the best man? There is.
But Kaizer Junior.
Kaizer Junior. I ain't gagging. In what world is the junior better than the senior? Never. So it's a thing of the whole structure is ruined from top to bottom. I'm not even sure. Do you remember a couple of years ago there was the whole protest thing? I don't know if that got sorted. If it
people took photos and went home. They were just happy to take photos with our chairs.
Man. Yo, if I remember that thing. Jesus. But no, man. And you guys sound like broken United fans, yes? No, but United, but it's the Glazers, none. Kaizer. But it's for me, I would say it's a mixture of both. Because Kaizer Chiefs will always have the best of best because it's Chiefs, Pirates, the Sundowns. They will always have the best players possible in the country. I mean, unless you're Sundowns, you can have a whole squad. But so, like, you guys played against us on Saturday. It was very much first half. We targeted the right side, was it? No, it was
the left side.
Left side, because your right back was actually a center back. So that was a bit weird. How can you be Kaizer Chiefs and not have, unless there's injuries I'm unaware of, but how can you not have a proper defender per position? It's the small things, and you know what's funny? The small things in the beginning they look small, it doesn't matter, but the more the smaller they are, the bigger they will become in the future. And I'm loving every second of it. Yes, even if I remember, Megunin, earlier you were doing the Sundowns live stream, whatever. I requested because I wanted to change and be like, why are you talking about Sundowns when you know you should be talking about amakosi wako once again mahluliwe. But it's terrible. Look at me. I can't believe it. Pirates and Chiefs have fallen. I mean, Pirates is above Chiefs, so I'm still okay with that. But what am I? Am I 7th and are you 8th? That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Okay.
But either way, the team you're going better, man.
Leave my team, man. Leave my team.
We listen to his own. No,
I went to the Church of Loftus.
But no, that's all I had to say.
Okay.
So now I kept it calm. I'm trying to cause a bar.
No, I see.
You must have no enemies in this life. Unless there are exceptions, but not today.
You say that now, but anyway, Black Bear, thank you so much. Let me bring the other guys. Prampo.
Hello, Mtsepan.
Hey, Prampo. We want to join Mina Prampo and the team how Prampo.
Okay, before good evening each and every one of this place, morning, whatsoever we are part of the world. There is, to me, I'll differ with you guys. Nice, so positive.
Okay.
Like just like matter of luck, understand? There is something else that you can pick up. You see Castillo, that guy had that anger to win. You understand? You know that mentality of that guy. If you maybe can rap to other players, I can tell you, Chiefs, they can change mentality. Only Chiefs, the only problem that we are having is the mentality of the players. We can blame the management, but at the end of the day, who's playing? The players. Those players, when the players, your lifespan as a soccer player is 15 years. When you sit outside, when you are done, you say, okay, retire. What are you going to say, okay, what did I win as a player? That's what the player they are lacking. Like example, counterpart, Sundowns. There's something there. Those players, when they play, you can see these players, they want to play better than what they did yesterday. But us, the players, and they are getting a lot of money, our players. But you see these players, that they're like passengers. That's the problem that we are having. The mentality of our players. It's not about coach. You can get the best coach in the world, but our players, they have to tell themselves that, okay, when I'm wearing the Kaizer Chiefs badge, I'm not playing for myself. I'm playing for the millions of supporters that they are watching me from home and the stadium. That's what is lacking. And you can check. There's one player there. Sam Galen Zwane. We got a player. You see that 5 minutes that is a good pass of the ball. And when that boy hold the ball, you can take from If I was me, I'm gonna take a Marty, give me a Gontle or Muteto. And that boy put that person to control that midfield. You take him over and you play them together. And at the left back, the problem there, Dove is one to overlap. You play them with Kante, both of them, at the one in the middle, so that they can push. I'm telling you, we can beat any team on the PSL.
Maraprampo, doesn't it then come down to the coaches? Because we see these things, and we've known about Tabo Mart, we've known some of the problem players. We also know about the attitudes of these players. But every coach that comes in picks the same players, gives them the same responsibilities, puts them in the same positions. As you say, Utanti, as you say, Utove, they do the same thing. They're asked to do the same thing. And when you look at Abo Sundowns, they make sure that firstly, you know that your starting position is not guaranteed. Number one. And then number two, you also know that when you win, you get something. So they've created that culture. Are we not asking these players, are we not asking too much of these players for them themselves to wake up and do this? Shouldn't it, after all of these years, shouldn't we have the management, liberal coach come in and say, "Hi guys, we're going to put our foot down. And performing Anina, we're going to put in new guys. Abozwana are going to get a chance and all of that stuff. And we're going to create that competition within the club."
Not the challenge that you are having. Psychological mind. Remember, 9 years now without any cup. That's a problem itself. These players that they are coming all over the players, no one ever win any cup. You understand? Even their coaches, they are coming, now you are trying to build, now we are trying to quick result, like Wafana. That's the problem. Take these players that, change the name of Chiefs. Don't take all these players of Chiefs, put them in Sundowns, you'll see something different. That's, the mind. If you play, like now you can take the best player, put you in the Miswaka. That player, you're never going to see anything. But take, Moswaka, who can player perform. Like, Womvala. We home, you can't even see. We home go Sundowns. The things that, like I always said, the mindset play the huge role. Let's, those players, they need psychology, nothing else. Nothing else. And example, he was a player for the year, go Swallows. This point, what can man given? We are talking about all the players that are coming from Chiefs. Those players, they are playing regularly, their team, they are performing. Why now they are not performing? They carry, 7 years is not a pipe and place. It's not a pipe and place. We want them to change, and the situation has been there. The only thing that can happen, if the Chiefs can win 1 cup, I'm telling you, our fortunes are going to change.
Okay. All right. Okay,
Coach Nation, I just want to tell you guys, just give a Johnson 5 games. You will see something that is happening. Now, rather than lose, playing better soccer.
Okay, Prampo. Keleboga, Prampo. Keleboga for joining me. Kolani, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, Philip, Mbanjani.
Frustrated, Marang Zatid. We weren't on the game, and what did you see from the two teams?
Hey, mfethu yabo nje nami umoya wami usuphansi ngiyanibona niyacomplaina la mfethu iyadabukisa le nkinga. And ubhuti lo ophumayo uyamuzwa nje ukuthi hayi ikhosi langempela leli akapheli moya. Akapheli moya. Yeah, but the game got a chance ukuthi ngiyibuke kwesibili mfethu. It wasn't as bad as ngangiyibuke okokuqala yabo. Njengoba ngicomplain ukuthi before. There were moments kade ekhona kade right. Even from your team guys. It's just nje ukuthi on a day yabo benginayo inhlanhla. Yabo. But Pirates was a better team on Saturday. Nanokuthi coming to ucoach wenu, I think ama-game anama pre-match conference angathi ayingozi first yabo, because mangizobuka starting lineup senu, I think Johnson came in with a mandate ukuthi we don't have to lose this game yabo. Mawuzolalela like abo ubani lo baba lo oneshow lapha ku-Super Sport lo abathusile scheme se-Pirates.
Oh, Preston. To scream.
Yeah, Preston. Yeah, Scream. Yes. Mawuzobalalela ama-shows abo, but immediately when you sign for Chiefs as a coach, they tell you that this is the game we don't want you to lose. So mawuzoqhamuka naleyo mentality leyo, obviously uzoqhamuka ne-defensive mentality ukuthi you don't want to lose this game. You ngeke uze approach a game as if you want to win this game yabo. So mabezothi this is the game we want you to win. Mindset okay, I must go and win. We don't want you to lose this game. Obviously now coach uzoba with defense mode ukuthi okay, let me just put in ama center back out 3 bese ngifaka left back lapha eyodwa la ngibona ukuthi ngikwazi ukuthi mhlawumbe kuhamba iside elilodwa and then leli linye iside will remain yabo ukuthi bangeze ngakubona kakhulu. So I think inkinga ilapho. So even no coach uyashayeka mentally njengoba kade khala nje ubhuti la ukuthi i-mentality. But first on your side, I think i-Chiefs first isi-club ebulala i-talent, because mazoqala ukubheka first players akade qhamuka kuthina like abo Costa, Kama Billiards, even uDoli currently is not doing well first. Abo Msimangi, they've been doing well emathimini abo. Well fine, bekwa amathimi amancane, but first amathimi amakhulu are meant to elevate ama-locals, ama-players yabo. So you can't go to iteam enkulu ebese futhi ufuna phansi yabo. big team has to like improve players. Akwazi ukuthi abe exposed phesheya and then get them interested from ama-team aphesheya. So eyam nje bethi kwi-structure phezulu ikwi-structure kade uBlackman ade ebuza ukuthi why uJunior abe ilokhuzana i-head of
sporting director.
Sporting director phezulu yabo. On the other day wakhuluma nge-Sundowns bese break it down washo nokuthi ilande sporting director esinama record anjani sekade sisebenza kephi yabo. So like umuntu on a CV right phezulu yabo, or umuntu recognized globally yabo. So you can't mase kuthiwa nje sibheke i-CV ya June angazi ukuthi mhlawumbe mase kuthiwa ubheka i-CV ya June or even uSteve Kompela ongathola umsebenzi phezulu mase kuthiwa nje ukhulunywa iqiniso phezulu yabo. Kwi-presentation kukhona ipanel kuma-sober senses izosho ukuthi hayi lo umfana wasekhaya asimbeke eceleni nangumuntu like on a good record kwi-soccer yabo. Steve Kompela ucoachile under 23 wamajita yabo, even wabamba kancane kuBafana Bafana. He has experience kwi-PSL. I'm not saying you should employ Steve ngenza nje isibonelo.
Well, we've seen him. We had him.
I'm just making an example. So but enye into engiyibonile lo mfana omncane uMfukeng ngathi bamfundise enye into lapha eEngland kade yotrayela ngathi bamfundise enye into but he played simple. Igame yakhe is asoyi maturity kwigame yakhe phezulu yabo. Yabona akafananga nomfana omncane osafuna ukutrenda yabo. Omunye umfana bezongena ashaya amavala ashaya amatsipa lapho yabo and wanted to trend. Ubevala ibhola nje makufanele eliminate umuntu and then pass on the right time. Makufanele athathe extra touch beyithathe extra touch adlalisa abantu bese yabo. Sure. So I think uLodge futhi ngicela ukumbongela phezulu ngokuthi athathe i-responsibility ayinikeze uTito but amiyeke enze umathanda lapha ayidlale free role yakhe because phezulu. I'm not sure if you have noticed but yabo lo fana uTito phezulu udlalela kamnandi but I see i-potential kuyena phezulu yabo. That's why angikhala nje ukuthi wakhetha i-team wrong but bezofuna kakhulu kube uze lapha kuthini yabo simga exposure yase-Africa. But then again hopefully next year bazoqualify for ilokhuzana i-CAF i-Pirates. I so wish phezulu le ntwana eziyi-Pirates zikwazi ukuthi ziye-Africa nazo.
Okay.
engathi team elingalunga bafethu angisathandi masenikhala kanje.
Hayi sohlala esikhala ngoba le team ayisiboni but it's fine. Thank you so much for joining me, Xolani. Guys, I don't want to go up again. I think what we always say is culture. There's the thing about culture. And team culture, you can see it on the pitch, you can see it in the executives, you can see it in management, you can see it in the coaching. And I think Kaizer Chiefs has slipped into a specific culture, right? We say time. I saw somebody in the comments saying, no, we need to be patient and give them time, and us fans. That's cool. You can say that. But what has time brought us? You have to be building towards something with time. Sundowns' culture on the pitch and Sundowns' culture in management tells you something. Tate Motsepe doesn't mind moving you on. If you're not working out, he's going to move you on. But he's going to go and get better. Sundowns was in a process where they were getting better. Yes, I tried this one, it didn't work out. I'm going to incrementally go and find better people until I get to the best person that I have. And I'm going to be swift about it, and I'm going to be very ruthless. I don't know if you guys remember Tate Motsepe when he bought the Sundowns 2004 and he was moving coaches on like this because they were not working. He was trying to get to the best person. And those things trickle down all the way through the club. Rulani knows that Sundowns is not going to have a problem removing him on if he doesn't perform. Not going to have a problem. They're not going to hold it against him. He knows when he signed that if I don't do X, I will get fired. Mangoba was demoted. Down to the players on the pitch. The players on the pitch at Sundowns know, through the system of Sundowns, the structure of Sundowns, the tradition of Sundowns, they know, Guti guys, if I don't perform, not only is there somebody who's better than me currently on the bench, I also know that my team is going to go out and go scout the best player to take over my position. And they will move me on, no problem. Think about Abu Chali. Abu Chali started acting up. They moved him on quickly. Sundowns has just won the AFL. So culture, for me, is not created by the people at the bottom. It's not created by the players. I can't ask Dolly to wake up one day and want to be the best Dolly they wants to do. What I can do is create situations. You know what was nice about the Cape Town Spurs? That situation showed us that, oh, Ngobo can actually play. Oh, Shabalala can actually start a game. Oh, Mtatwa, you think you are good there on the bench. Right now. You do things like create competition. But how do you create competition if the same players that have been problems and questions for the very long time are the same players that are playing? Dolly knows that he's going to play next match. Doesn't matter what he did in this game, in the previous game, in the game before that, in the year before that. He knows that I can get injured and I can come in and play. No matter what, no questions asked. Umar knows that it doesn't matter how I perform. I can play well this game, I can play badly. I am going to play the next game. You can say the same about Obotove. You can say the same about Santi at a point. You can say the same about a lot of players at Kaizer Chiefs that have right now a complacency in the club. So what's the point of bringing in a new coach if the same players are going to play in the same disjointed positions? Go back to Sundowns. The mandate from Sundowns is to win. We want to be the best team in Africa to the point where the league is a given. They don't even look at the league like that anymore. What is the mandate at Kaizer Chiefs? What if somebody can tell me what the mandate is? Go Kaizer Chiefs. Even Pirates just got knocked out of the Champions League. They didn't make it in. What is the mandate at the club that reinforces everything? Kevin Johnson, where does he have to finish in order for him to become the full-time coach or in order for us to say he's a success? There's no goals. There's no goals. There's no structure. There's no anything. So I'm sorry to the people that have said to me, no, we need time. We need to give them time. Guys, 9 years, no trophies. So if this team didn't learn through 3 years of Steve Kompela, didn't learn through the year of Ernst Middendorp where we actually did very well, didn't learn through the year of Kevin Hunt, didn't learn through the year of Atazwane, didn't learn through, Baxter coming back, didn't learn through the year of Atazwane, didn't learn through the year of Nteki. And nothing is changing. Think about all of the people who are in there who are still the same from when we've been struggling. Atazwane was redeployed. Atazwane has been at the club for 6 years now? In some capacity, 8 years probably if you take in the DDC. Dylan Shepherd has been sitting on the bench for how long? Bobby Mtau, Kaizer Jr., Zbanban. How many people have been there throughout all of this stuff and nothing has changed? What does that say about culture? Think about then, people who are speaking about fans, think about then the culture of Kaizer Chiefs going in and shaking whenever fans say something. What does that say about the culture of the Kaizer Chiefs? The fact that management can make a decision and then not get results, and instead of backing the people that they chose, nobody chose Nteki. Fans didn't choose Nteki. Nteki was brought in when he was technical director out of the blue. We were all shocked. So now you've given him the job. Why don't you go, I'm backing this person. I'm not going to demand patience from fans. I am going to show you patience with the decision I made. We're in a process. I am going to show you my process. No matter what you guys say, because we as management have thought it through, we have management has hired these people. But if every time the fans shake, oh guys, the fans are saying this, oh the fans, we fire coaches. What does that do to a culture of Kaizer Chiefs? Again from the top, you are Ntate Kaizer, you are Ntate Nkude, you are ever. Sundowns goes out and gets the best. They scouted Fleming. Fleming, I think, used to run the Eggs Academy. They scouted these people. They went and fetched the best. Is Kaizer Junior the best right now? No. Then we go look at the coaches. Kevin Johnson, as experienced as he is, I don't want to take anything away from him. Chiefs didn't want him in 2007. But now he's coaching. Who's going to get them? Who's going to... What are you going to do there? Okay, let's look at the players. You go and you get these free agents. Older free agents who haven't done much in the league. Unfortunately to them. No disrespect. What are you expecting is going to happen? So I'm trying to show you guys that from the top all the way down to the bottom, these things all follow each other. These things all follow each other. Whose heads rolled in management over the 9 years? Who in management the heads rolled and said, we're firing you because you've done something wrong or the team is not going forward? Then how do we expect that to happen on the pitch? How do we expect that to happen on the pitch? And again, I don't think that these players are bad. I don't think that Chiefs has had bad players. I don't think that the quality of Kaizer Chiefs has been as low as you guys have said over the last 8 seasons. I just think that there's a problem where you take these players, you bring them in late, after their primes, number one, you bring them in, you give them all this money for nothing. Sundowns, at least, you know, I'm getting $1 million because I won AFL. But anyway, you give them all this money, then you give them starting lineup positions and you say, guys, it's yours. It's yours. What do we expect is going to happen? How many times have we seen Mart fail? How many times have we seen Dolly fail? How many times have been at the club for a very long time? How many times have we seen these players? How many times have we seen those players fail? And then, oh, yeah, do you know what's going to happen? They're starting the next game. And I want you guys to move away from this results thing. I don't mind losing. But at least show me something different. You know, I'm not a coach, but if you were to hire me tomorrow at Kaizer Chiefs, my first move would be the next match we play, none of the normal starters are in. I'm going to put in all of the kids. I'm going to put in all those guys and say, guys, you have to prove to me. I have no favorites here. Dolly, if you want to get back into this team, you have to perform. Zwane, I'm going to give you a shot. And I want you to go in there and show me that you're hungry. Create some sort of competition. Do something, guys. But this thing of crying, every time we cry about the same thing, you will sign every single player in the world, guys. You will sign every single coach. Now you Pizzo. Do you know why Pizzo works? Pizzo works because the teams that he signs for have a mandate. Ntate Mtsipe gave him a mandate. I want Sundowns to be the best team in Africa. And if you can't do that, I will move you out. With a smile, I will move you out. Pizzo won the league. And also this narrative. Pizzo came in, rescued Sundowns from relegation for 6 months. Next season, he won the league. Hit the ground running. Do you know what happened when Pizzo goes to Al Ali? Al Ali goes, guys, we don't even care about anything. We want the Champions League. That is the bar. So all those clubs, but now, can you imagine bringing in Upizzo? And then Upizzo is the one who's steering the ship. I think we're hoping that these coaches steer the ship. We're hoping that these players steer the ship. And what's going to happen? They're going to sit there. Steve Kompela was 3 years because he had no mandate and no pressure. Abakune Laba, they're still playing right now. Why? Because there's no mandate. Kune came in as a young player. Do you know why? The mandated Kaizer Chiefs was, the moment you are not there, we move you on. Brian Malloy saw Rowan Fernandez coming, got left, went to Sundowns. Fernandez came in. Fernandez knew that Kune's following him. Who's following Tole right now? Who's following Tove? Who's following any of the players that have failed there? I can tell you at Sundowns, or when I go Sundowns, they've got the next guy and possibly even the guy after that. They didn't worry when Charlie left. They didn't even need Charlie to be there. Let him go. Mukwena had already stepped in. They found these players, they planted them in, they've got a line. But everybody achieves the players. Players that know exactly that they're going to play every single game. It doesn't matter, they lose, they do whatever. Yes, it would have been so nice for Kevin Johnson to come in and say, guys, you guys have been doing badly for years. But it starts at the top, it goes all the way down to the bottom. What is the mandate for Kaizer Mtaung Jr.? What is the mandate for Bobby? What is the mandate for Jessica? Has Ntate Kaizer told them that, guys, I want a star. Everything you must do must work towards getting a star. Do we know their mandates? No. So then how are we going to know Atazwan is mandated development? How are we going to know that the coach's mandate is good? Is this or that, or is to become better? No, guys. Like, there's so many things. Now, about Toli. Let's look at Toli. Do you know why Toli played so well at Sundowns? Because Sundowns has a culture. Don't play and see what happens. At Chiefs, don't play. You play next week. Not only are you going to play next week, you're going to get millions. They're his kids, not afraid of Kaizer. No, but Jambox, Topi is Patrice's child. Dr. Mutsipe. At least, again, setup and structure. At least he had the foresight to say, you know what, Topi, I'm making you chairman. But you've got nothing to do with the footballing decisions that happen at Sundowns. I'm going to hire people inside this team that are going to do jobs. Rulani's got a 25-man. He's got a 25-man technical team. Below him. Above him, they've got people that have run academies and developments from around the world. The best in the world. Kaizer Jr. No disrespect to him. Maybe in 5 years' time he's the best. But right now, you're going to tell me about Kaizer Jr. Kopi's nice there, but chairman. Alright, guys. But you know what, guys? Anyway, we can speak about this all the time. All I'm saying is that let's learn. I want to learn. So when we speak about football and things like that, and we speak about the pitch, for example, I want to learn. We've known that Kaizer Chiefs' left-hand side is weak because they push the left-hand side all the way up, and then it means that Uditloko and Msimango have to do something that they're uncomfortable with going to the wing. It exposes them. Similar thing with Sundowns. Do you know what Sundowns did when in the game versus Wydad? They moved to AB all the way up, and then they put it in Libusa. They learned something. You know that Ungobo is not strong on the wing. We know that. We saw him play in the midweek and they came inside. But we know that. So why do it again? You know that when you play three midfielders in the middle, Mart, Castillo, Mtetwa, you can't have the three of them play without set roles and then have your two guys, Mtetwa, then your two goes to the wings. We've seen it before. It doesn't work. But they do it again. There's so many things that we know. We know Ranga is useless coming back and picking up the ball. But you carry on doing it the following week and the following week and the week after that. We know that Castillo is very good with late runs into the box. We know that he's very good playing almost a 10 and 9 type of thing. You don't do that when we play. We know that Utoli, from his Sundowns games, we know that Utoli was very good linking up, no Pileat, and then having Castro. Then they'd play the ball closer to each other. We know that, but for how many years have we seen Utoli play on the wing now, on the right-hand side? So no one's learning, guys. No one's learning. No one's learning. No one's trying to get better. So to everybody who's telling me that, no, guys, we need time, patience, I have no more patience. It would be nice to see them do something and learn and grow and show us that they want to go forward. Sundowns, guys, you don't hear Topi's voice until it's time to lift the trophy. You don't hear Topi's voice. If not for the celebrations and the interviews after the celebrations, I would not know what Topi Motsepe's voice sounds like. Because they don't need to waste time convincing fans. They do the thing. Manjitina, every week we're hearing about Kaizer Jr. Every week we're hearing about Kesika. Every week we say about Upobi is even tired of talking. He sits in the back. We just hear talk. It's all talk. And then they don't back up their words. Others go, no, we're investing in a young coach and we believe in a young coach. Fired him, Nayangish. It's all talk. Tired of Chiefs talking, man. And even these coaches, your jobs are on the line. You will be scapegoated at the end of the day. So do something. Kevin Johnson, if I can give you some advice, do something. And it's not even about the results. Get these players online. Get them to have, at least to show that they're playing for each Chiefs, to show that they've got some urgency, to show that they care. Just show us that. Don't talk about it in press conferences. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It is international break, so we're going to go into some very different topics over the next few weeks. Very interesting. We're going to have overarching conversations about football and things like that. So if you have not followed, please follow. Please follow and then follow on Facebook, follow here, and then subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have a WhatsApp group where we discuss more of these things, diverse group of people. We discuss more of these footballing things a lot. We go into depth, hundreds of messages in that group. If you want to be part of that WhatsApp group and interact outside of these sessions, just go onto YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, click on join to join one of the memberships. The cheapest one is 20 Rand a month. It helps also contribute to this, and you'll be added to the WhatsApp group where we have more discussions, better discussions about all of this stuff in more depth. And also we have shows where only members can contribute. So that's very good. They run the show on those days. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. The show is Monday to Friday, 12:30 in the afternoon, Monday to Wednesday at 8 p.m., where we have these conversations. We bring on panels. You guys get to jump onto the panels and speak to me. If you want to watch any of the previous episodes, they are available on Facebook and on YouTube. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30.